passing Volcano Bay right now. It'd be a nice day to get over there. It's a weekday, and it's pretty nice weather, but I'm actually going over to somewhere else right now, and you'll find out in just a moment. I have now arrived to the Orange County Convention Center for IAAPA 2017. It's gonna be awesome. And as I mentioned, everybody, we are here at the 2017 IAAPA Attractions Expo, and this will be my second year attending it. And if you did not know what the IAAPA Expo is, it's basically like a big convention center with a bunch of amusement park stuff, you know, new things coming to different parks in the industry. So we're gonna head in, and I cannot wait to cover all of the new and exciting attractions, as well as all of the new and innovative technologies that amusement parks are starting to incorporate into their parks. Up here on the second floor, we have a better view of the sign here that says welcome, and I cannot wait to head in, get my badge, and we're gonna have an awesome time. I don't think I showed myself yet. I am pretty dressed up for this occasion. You definitely got to dress up for expos like these. And so it is a Wednesday. It is the second day of the Attractions Expo for my second year. So I might be able to get back at some point in the week. I know they run it on generally a Tuesday through a Friday. We are going to head in the convention center, the Orange County Convention Center that is, and check out everything that there is to see. Here we have some of the gold sponsors and platinum sponsors for IAAPA. I recognize Expo over there. That's a programming company that allows theme park and amusement park companies to easily provide ticket services like online ticket orders to guests. But anyways, going down here, a lot of the different companies, we'll probably see some of their booths around the Attractions Expo. Like I said, it's time to head in. Cannot wait. It's gonna be great. Since IAAPA is celebrating their 100th anniversary, they do have a new logo that they came out with. Looks very nice. So here we are. We have arrived in the main convention hall, and as you guys can see, it's fairly big, it's large. We'll be walking around. There is a lot to see, and there's a lot of people here. They have a lot of booths set up, so many different things that we'll be able to, you know, experience. They have some rides as well. So I wanted to start here. We have Premier Rides, one of the coaster manufacturing companies, and we'll check out their booth since we're right here. Premier Rides is known for some of the coasters that are at the Universal parks, like the Mummy or Revenge of the Mummy, in addition to some of the roller coasters that operate at Six Flags parks. Actually, I believe they have most of their rides at Six Flags parks, and also Cedar Fair. So we'll actually take a look at some of the roller coasters that they have built over the years. Speaking of Revenge of the Mummy, they actually have a photo right here. And yeah, I believe this is Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios, Florida. They also manufacture chains for all sorts of different roller coasters, and they definitely customize chains for parks that need them. But yeah, let's check out more of the roller coasters that they've manufactured. Here we have Full Throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I've been on that ride before. Very thrilling ride, very unique. And then down below, we actually have some pamphlets for a lot of the different types of rides that they manufacture. We'll take a look at those. Alrighty guys, so like I was saying, they have some different like pamphlets here, and this is like the main Premier Rides one. So here they actually have a lot of different rides, and it looks like they've also done more than just rides, like towers. So looks like that is the tower that operates at Elitch Gardens, but they might have multiple of them, clones. Yeah, a lot of different coasters that I recognize. Actually, I've been on Tempesto, and then they have rides like Full Throttle that are very unique and you know, signature attractions. This one operates at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I've been on both of these, but great coasters and so many things that you can learn from the manufacturers. I'm over here at this booth, and I believe that the company is pronounced Mauer, and they actually have a very innovative type roller coaster design. I don't really know if I've ever seen anything like this in person. Like, I've never been to a park with this type of coaster, but the idea is that you control the coaster, and it looks like there's a few riders on the track, but you have kind of control of the speed of the coaster, which is awesome. Looks like they just have this display for the most part here, but they might have more than one coaster, and it's very likely that they have manufactured different types of coasters. This is just the one that they're advertising. Speaking of some of the rides and attractions here at the Expo, this is one of them, and the Crazy 8 roller coaster is generally here on display every year with a different color scheme. Looks like this year we have sort of a pinkish and yellowish color, and we also have lights around the track. This coaster is manufactured by SPF Visa Group. You'll notice though, most of the rides and attractions are outdoors. They have a few indoors, of course, just like this one. As far as the differences with this coaster for this year, it does appear that they have some new lighting and also a tunnel, which they did not have last year. So that was pretty awesome. I'll be honest, really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna do it again, but this time I'll do like a video of myself. Can't wait to ride again. This time I'll show you guys myself riding it. I gotta say, I really like how they're not very strict with filming. Like, you're allowed to use handheld cameras.
Hey dudes!
Coming to an end, but that was fun. I take that back. We get some more spinning. Whee! All right, now it's coming to an end. Well, that was certainly enjoyable, and again, that was the SPF Visa Group Figure 8 coaster. Really crazy 8 they call it. And by the way, they do have their booth right behind us, so we'll check that out while we're here. Here is their booth. I really like it. They have their different types of rides displayed up there. And then they have some tables, so for individuals like in the industry who want to talk with them and, you know, potentially discuss a ride, you know, they can do that right here at the booth. Well, it is now time to show you my favorite booth, and I say this pretty much every year. I mean, I said this last year in the 2016 vlog. My favorite booth here at IAAPA is B&M, my favorite like manufacturer. So we're gonna check out this booth right here and try to guess which ride is behind me. You'll probably guess, but I'll tell you right now. It's Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. They have one of the trains displayed here at the B&M booth. Last year they had Valraven on display, so a little bit of a change, but I like the fact that they have Mako here, so we'll get some close-up views, get some really good angles for you guys. Again, Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. It is a hyper coaster, and B&M manufactures many different kinds of coasters. This is just one of the many kinds that they have manufactured in the past. They are great. They make some of the best coasters, if not the best coasters in the industry. Very smooth, exhilarating, fast, and enjoyable rides. And SeaWorld Orlando has 3. They have Mako, Kraken, and Manta. Kraken Unleashed, rather. Those are all B&M coasters manufactured by Ballier and Mabillard, is I believe the pronunciation. But yeah, we're definitely going to show you some of the additional coasters that they have on display. They actually have some pictures over there, so we'll check that out. Can I just say how cool it is? We have a shark right here. We have the Mako shark, and I will say, I don't believe you can sit inside any of the seats. I don't know if they're doing that this year, but the fact that they have the train on display is amazing. I've ridden this coaster so many times, I've probably ridden one of these seats right here, because this train is, an actual train from the ride. It's under maintenance, but it's one of the trains. Here at the B&M booth, they've updated many of the photos, and it looks like we have a section dedicated for the hypercoaster, and they're showcasing Mako as the hypercoaster. And then alongside, we also have the flying coaster. Manta is one of them, and then we also have the Superman flying coaster clone. Looks like they also have a video here displaying many of their different types of coasters. Very unique coasters right here being displayed. And I did want to show you guys a few more of the different types of B&M coasters. We have the dive coaster right there. They've been on both Griffin and SheiKra. Haven't been on Valraven yet. And then we also have the wing coaster, a Gatekeeper displayed from Cedar Point. And then going all the way back over here, we also have some more of the hyper coasters. And in the picture displayed, we have Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland. I gotta say, B&M definitely has the best booth here at IAAPA. And then it looks like we have like a hyper coaster right there displayed. So very cool booth, very, very innovative. I love their coasters. We'll show you just a few more of their different types before we move on. They also have family coasters. Now, I haven't ridden a B&M family coaster yet, so those are a little bit more difficult to find. But then we have the dive coaster again, and then the wing coaster. So some of them are repeats, but then we'll turn around to the other side and see what else they have on display. So again, we have repeats with the wing coaster, and then we also have the flying coaster again, but the inverted coaster didn't cover that yet. And in the picture, we have Banshee at Kings Island. And again, the video is showing a lot of the off-ride perspectives for their coasters. They're actually showing the dive coaster right now. They have B&M books right here, and as we flip through the pages, this is actually a really cool book, because not only do they have their different types of coasters, but they also have little flaps that you can open up and then get some additional photos right there. And they have a lot of information in the books as well. So very cool, and I believe they also have the Giga Coaster, which I haven't seen yet on display. There aren't that many of the Giga Coasters around, but we might see it inside the book. Well, they do have the Hyper Coaster, and then we have the Giga Coaster train for Fury 325 right there. Fury is a Giga Coaster, along with a few others, such as Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland. I believe they had Fury on display one year, or at least a train, so very cool. And that pretty much summarizes the B&M booth. We're gonna go to some of the other booths right now. We have the Waves booth here, the world's best wave machines. And I can guess that since we have Volcano Bay displayed here, they actually made the wave pool for Volcano Bay at Universal Orlando Resort. And then they have also worked on some of the wave pools around other theme parks that we know. We have Ace, which actually is American Coaster Enthusiast, and it looks like they got a new logo recently. They actually announced here at the convention, so loving the new logo. We have Huss here this year, which is a manufacturer for many thrilling flat rides, and we'll see if there's anything more that we can check out. We are now going to check out the Vekoma booth here at IAAPA, and here we have a photo of the Tron coaster, the Tron Light Cycle coaster that operates at Shanghai Disneyland, and it's coming over to the Magic Kingdom in just a few years. Very excited about that. It is manufactured by Vekoma, and Disney does work with Vekoma. Many of the coasters that operate within the Walt Disney World Resort are manufactured by Vekoma. They have a ropes course here at this year's IAAPA. They usually have this every year, and then down below we have some of the locations in which you can experience the rope course. And going back to the Vekoma booth, very, very cool. I like how it's very vibrant and lots of different colors. I found Expo, which I mentioned earlier. They are very known in the industry. And what they do is they provide a web-based service for theme parks for them to, you know, sell tickets online. They have kind of like their mobile order platform. And so this makes it easier and more convenient for guests visiting theme parks to purchase tickets. They have the Expo Passport, which allows individuals who work for theme parks to go into the system and check mobile orders if they need to. For example, if they need to refund an order, they'd have to go into the program and they have to look through there. But very cool. We have the Gerstlauer booth right here. And Gerstlauer is also a roller coaster manufacturer. They also make other kinds of rides, but looks like they have a TV screen just like many of the other booths. And then we have a big backdrop right there with one of their roller coasters. Here's something we haven't seen yet, models of roller coasters. So they have a model right here for one of the coasters that they can manufacture. We also have a company here that looks like they do light systems for water slides. In the video right there, looks like that's a water slide over at the Walt Disney World Resort. So I'm trying to see, I think that is Fort Wilderness, but going back here, very innovative. They also have mini golf here. So if you ever see any like displays like this, they're just set up so people in the industry can try it out. In the very center of the IAAPA Attractions Expo, we have the IAAPA Center. By the way, since again they are celebrating their 100th anniversary, they have their new logo. They also have magazines that you can walk over and grab a couple. Obviously here is Pandora on this Fun World magazine, and that's like the official magazine of IAAPA. It's called Fun World. I did grab one for Pandora, the World of Avatar, at least that's on the front. Looks like the one, the Volcano Bay edition has been taken, so they have no more. And that issue is actually called Stories with Splash. We are now going to check out the Intamin booth, which is also one of my favorites along with the B&M booth. And they have something very cool to display. Although they had Mako at B&M's booth, they have Infinity Falls, or at least the boat over here at the Intamin booth. We'll check that out in just a minute. Before we check that out though, I did want to go ahead and show you guys the unveiling video that SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment did release.
Yeah. All right.
Today we revealed the first of 15 Rapids ride vehicles for Infinity Falls, our new attraction coming to SeaWorld Orlando in the summer of 2018. The Infinity Falls ride experience is like nothing you've done before. This is a family-friendly attraction, so 42-inch rider height. Riders will be on either side of this 8-passenger raft, so it's face-to-face excitement on the whole river journey. There's a vertical lift that takes riders to the top of the world's tallest drop on a Rapids ride. The Infinity Falls attraction experience aligns perfectly with SeaWorld's Park to Planet messaging. I say that because Infinity Falls tells the story of freshwater and how to conserve freshwater. So all the rivers and streams, they all flow to the ocean. It's all one water system and one ecosystem. So guests will come to the park, have the thrills of the attraction, and learn about how they can better protect the planet and take that information with them as they go out into the world.
And here it is, the boat for Infinity Falls. Now they don't actually have the whole curtain that was set up yesterday where they brought down the tarp. But you saw that video, and that's pretty awesome. Now I wasn't here for the unveiling, unfortunately, but I still am here to check out the Intamin booth and of course check out the Infinity Falls boat. And we'll get a closer look in just a moment. SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment is all about telling stories with their Deep Blue creative team. And so on the side here, we have Sea Collective right there. And then of course we have the Intamin or Infinity Falls logo right there on one of those pouches. It's amazing that they have been able to theme the boat to where it already looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to ride the attraction, and it's definitely going to add a very unique family experience to the park. But yeah, so that is it here at the Intamin booth. Now every year Intamin has something new on display. Last year they had Wave Breaker, which actually went over to SeaWorld San Antonio, Texas. So this year it is Infinity Falls, going to SeaWorld Orlando. A closer look at the boat. Very, very cool, liking the colors, and cannot wait to ride this. It should open in the summer of 2018. I did want to point out that they have some photos here of some of the very iconic Intamin coasters, like King Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure, the tallest roller coaster in the world. Well, over here at the Sampirla booth, they have a ride in motion. Very cool. I've never ridden anything like it, but it's nice that they have it here on display this year. It might be a new prototype, but it looks very enjoyable. And then off to the side, we have Whitewater, which we'll be checking out. They are a manufacturer for many different water attractions and water slides. So we'll go over there right now. The Whitewater booth is very spacious, but it's also not very walled off. It's very open. Here's a ride that is also manufactured by Sampirla, and I'll go ahead and ride it. Looks like they're also advertising VR, virtual reality. Maybe that's an option for this ride. And here is the ride that I am about to experience. And it looks awesome. I don't think I've ever ridden anything like this before, so this will be a first for myself.
Collect magic orbs and destroy aliens. Like gas fire. Where is Brandon?
Oh, you can control it. Ah, so if you push forward, it goes higher. And then if you pull it towards you, you go down. Pretty cool though. And the seat right there is doing virtual reality. Going back down. We do have a few coaster trains on display with Sampirla, and going down here we do have the factory coaster. Here it is, the train for the factory coaster. Very nice design. I think it looks great. And they have it here on some track, which I do not believe is the actual track for the ride, but I do believe this is one of the trains that will be sent over to China. A close-up of the factory coaster. Very nice. And as you guys can see, they don't have straight track here. It's actually curved on display. I don't know if I've ever seen that at any IAAPA event before, so that's very cool. They do have one of the Thunderbolt trains here on display. Again, Sampirla. And then the video displaying is not only Thunderbolt. Looks like they have many different types of coasters with this design. And if I do a zoom in, Thunderbolt actually operates at Coney Island. If roller coasters and thrilling flat rides don't excite you, then they have bumper cars here as well. And I don't believe I'll be doing them, but still pretty cool. I found the S&S booth right here, and they are actually advertising their 4D free spins quite a lot. Those are actually at select Six Flags parks. We've been seeing them appear. I don't believe we've been seeing them appear at many other parks in the United States, but they definitely are appearing at, Six Flags parks. And I've been on them. They're pretty enjoyable. I like them. Batman the Ride is just one of the many 4D free spins at Six Flags parks. And then I'll do a zoom out here. There are some off-ride photos. By the way, guys, S&S does have a few vehicles here on display. Here's just one of them. So the amusement industry, it's not all rides and, attractions, it's also games. And so that's why here at IAAPA, they have an entire section just for the games. All of the games are pretty much free. You just walk up and experience anything you want to, experience, and it's awesome. So we'll check out a few of the games. We won't focus too long on them, but I'll show you some of the popular ones. Here's something cool. It looks like they have bowling. So you can bowl here at IAAPA, which is awesome. They had it here last year as well. got it! So I thought I'd show you guys some of the Sega games right here, because they have an entire area dedicated for Sega. Here at the booth, you can also get your photo with Sonic the Hedgehog. It looks like they have like a walk-through maze attraction, and it's called Laser Maze. And you walk through the vault. This is a virtual reality simulator type ride. So you ride in the simulator, but you have virtual reality glasses on. I love seeing animatronics when I come to IAAPA. Look, we have a parrot. And it sings. Oh look, I found the company that does the Fire for Rainforest Cafe. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you start to like think that some of these attractions do it all themselves, but they don't. They hire a lot of other companies and contractors to come in and do the work. I really like how this year I can just walk around with my press badge and I can pretty much film anything that I want. Last year was a little bit different where you had to have an escort, so it was very like limited basis. I think it was like an hour you had to film, but yeah, I can film a lot on this visit, and I'm pretty much covering everything that I'm wanting to cover. Oh, we're here at GCI, I gotta cover that. GCI makes wooden coasters, but they also build some coasters with a little bit of a twist, like Invader at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It's not all wooden. The actual supports for Invader are all steel. So Great Coasters International also builds hybrids when it comes to like wooden and steel coasters, and they have a few of their trains on display. Now I do not believe they're for particular rides or not like advertising rides, but last year they had the Invader trains on display, and those were super cool. You could even sit in them. Here's another one of the trains here on display at the GCI booth. And again, I'm definitely going to see if I can get a seat in one of them, maybe get a picture, which would be pretty cool. They did that last year, and these are pretty much the same coasters that you would find on Invader. I mean, all of their coasters pretty much have these same trains, but the only major difference is the Invader trains have some different theming elements on the front. By the way, they do have GCI bags right here, and then they also have little magazines that you can grab. I am over here at the Mac booth, and I did want to point out, this is one of the coolest booths here. They also have like the letters displayed. But Mac Rides also does coasters, and I know I've been showing you a lot of the coaster manufacturers. I believe this is the last one that I have to show you guys. They also have a train over here on display for one of the new coasters that is coming to a park soon, so we're gonna check that out in just a moment. But yeah, very cool booth. This coaster train was actually unveiled yesterday. They had a lot of smoke coming from underneath it, so it was a very cool unveiling, and it looks like they have smoke coming again. So this is the Time Traveler coming to Silver Dollar City, and it looks phenomenal. It's gonna be like a spinning coaster. Although I did say Mac earlier, I believe the proper pronunciation of the coaster manufacturer is Mach. So we'll now come over here, and yeah, like I was saying, occasionally they'll have smoke coming from beneath it, and it really does look nice. And then the TV screen over there will show an animation of what the ride should be like. But this is cool. I really do want to ride a Time Traveler. Time Traveler will actually break several records. It's going to be the world's fastest, steepest, and tallest spinning coaster. And you guys can see just how steep that initial drop is going to be. Pretty insane. Here's a preview. So it looks like a pretty long ride as well. Definitely very thrilling and exciting. So I cannot wait to experience this. Looks like we have some inversions right there on it. It has it all, and it also spins. So if you're into spinny coasters that also are very exhilarating, fast, and have inversions, this is going to be the coaster for you.
To Silver Dollar City, Spring 2018, Time Traveler. We have also the redundancies of the next last 5.
It looks looks like they still have the curtain right here for where it would have gone all the way around. And yesterday was the unveiling, so they took the curtain off. They had smoke coming out. I wasn't there for that, but it still looks pretty awesome. I cannot wait to experience this, hopefully in 2018. If not, 2018, definitely 2019. This is awesome. This coaster is not only new for 2018, but look at this like theming that they have. They have a newspaper type design here, and you can, you know, come over here to the booth and grab one. We have the Pro Slide booth right here, and they have many displays here, many different types of water attractions, which is very cool. And this booth is very large. I mean, they have a lot to show you. Breaker's Edge is coming to Hershey Park in 2018. They announced that over the summer. It looks amazing, a propelled water coaster. And as I was saying, they have many different types of water slide prototypes or models here on display. It's looking good. I don't have time to show you all of them, unfortunately, but here's just many of them. Mondial is known for manufacturing many flat rides and also Ferris wheels and other type of cool attractions. And they actually have the Windseeker model here on display that is known to be at many Cedar Fair parks. I'm beginning to see Volcano Bay all over the place, so I'm guessing that Universal hired a lot of these companies to work on Volcano Bay, whether it be mechanical, technical, or rides. By the way, Mach had these cool like newspapers I showed you guys, but Pro Slide actually had this kind of guidebook here with many of the different types of slides that they make, and it has Volcano Bay on the front, which is awesome. I'll show you guys just a few of the outdoor inflatable exhibits, and as you guys can see, there are many of them. And we'll enter back into the building right here and experience everything else. Check this out. This is a huge inflatable like Navy ship, but it looks fun in there. I've always wanted to do one of these. I guess the objective is to stand on one of the indicators right there where the X's are, and then you have to like jump and try not to be taken out by one of these swinging pillars, I guess? I don't know, but yeah, that's the objective. And it's actually very difficult. IAAPA also has panels where you can listen to speakers. We're not going to be able to do that today, but pretty much what IAAPA is you get to experience some rides. They have moon bounces here. They have games. They have free like food samples. There's all sorts of different things that, I mean, there's literally so much that you can experience here. I am now going to check out the RMC Rocky Mountain Construction booth set up here, and I cannot wait. They have some coasters on display. RMC has some Raptor coasters coming to select parks in 2018. One of them is Railblazer coming to a Cedar Fair park, California's Great America. And then we have the Wonder Woman coaster. It's actually called Wonder Woman's Golden Lasso coaster, and that is going over to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, from what I believe. But very cool. Two new rides ride concepts that really have never been put in parks before. Here's a video of Goliath at Six Flags Great America. It's one of the very well-known RMC coasters. Also arriving in 2018 is Twisted Cyclone, coming to Six Flags over Georgia. I am definitely going to try to experience that. I think that's going to be awesome, and it's actually not too far from here, so I definitely should be able to get over there for it. It's going to be one unique hybrid wooden steel coaster. So they're handing out RMC coasters, and then they also have these cool pamphlets, many of the different types of roller coasters that they manufacture. But RMC is a little bit different than the typical coaster manufacturer in that they kind of go through, or they go in and they redo wooden coasters. They convert them to steel coasters by adding the steel tracks on top. And RMC has been in the industry for quite some time. They've been doing more than just roller coasters, but they definitely have a lot to offer, and it's awesome that they're able to do what they do. And here is the ride vehicle for Twisted Cyclone coming to Six Flags over Georgia. It looks amazing, very, very cool. And I like how they have the license plate Six Flags on it. It does look like the typical RMC coaster train. Now I did want to show you guys the two different type of track the RMC manufacturers, they have the full steel, and then they have like the steel and wood track. So some of them have more steel than wood to them. In addition to the Raptor coasters coming in 2018, they have 3 new traditional RMC coasters. And so Steel Vengeance is replacing Mean Streak at Cedar Point. And then we have Twisted Cyclone coming to Six Flags Over Georgia, and then Twisted Timbers for King's Dominion. I actually did a construction update about a couple months ago for Twisted Timbers. It's coming along pretty nicely, and Twisted Timbers is actually replacing Hurler. But yeah, it's amazing what they can do, and I cannot wait to experience hopefully all 3 of them in 2018. We also have some track here. I believe this track here is the all Raptor track that they're showing off, but very, very cool. They have ride locker companies here, so not only do they have rides and attractions and games and stuff, but they also have pretty much everything that theme parks would want to look at, purchasing or acquiring for their park. And then they have this really cool like Christmas tree here, which actually synchronizes to music. Then they have some like projection, LED projection thing right there going on. This is very cool though. I feel like I've seen, maybe Six Flags Great Adventure has this type of tree with lights that coordinate to music. At least I believe they have that for Holiday in the Park, so I definitely seen that in the past. There's so many unique things that you just you feel immersed when you're here at IAAPA. There's really a lot to experience. Whether you're like a vlogger like me, or you just like theme parks and attractions, I mean, you don't have to be big in the industry to come here. You can come here and experience everything, and it's awesome. Like, I'm just here seeing a couple things here and there, and I'm already like gonna come back. I know I'm coming back Friday, and it's Wednesday, so Friday's the last day, but we'll definitely come back Friday for, I guess, a quick visit. I'm over here at the Orderly Drink Works, and we're checking out some of these souvenir cups that they have on display. Here's something cool. They have a Six Flags Holiday in the Park Cup 2017 on it. A little bit different than last year's. This one is blue. Pretty cool. I really like the Universal Orlando Resort ones, especially Volcano Bay.
The second day of the 2017 IAAPA Attractions Expo has come to an end. We open at 10 a.m. Thank you. Have a great night.
One more view of the Mako train. I cannot get enough of this, and I'm so glad that they have it here on display this year. Awesome. They have moved the Mako sign that was standing right there, but now they just have Mako, and that looks amazing. Well, as IAAPA comes to a close, I'm definitely going to show you guys more on Friday when I return back. But I wanted to thank you guys for watching this vlog. And I end the video where I started with Premier Rides. I checked out a lot today at IAAPA, had a great time, and we're definitely going to come back Friday. But for right now, I'm gonna head out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't show you everything that there is to see. I mean, I showed you everything that I wanted to see, but we'll be back Friday to show you more. Here are some cool things as you take the escalator up out of the IAAPA Expo. Well, again, that was my first experience here at IAAPA for 2017. And it is now dark outside, daylight savings, Alright, so we're gonna leave, but we'll come back Friday for a second day, and it will be awesome. Here's a tip for you guys coming on out to IAAPA. If you're looking for a hotel nearby right across the street, they have the Hilton, and it's a very nice and modern hotel. We are now passing Volcano Bay, and it looks so immersive at night. It looks like it's actually erupting. So Krakatoa is erupting as we speak. That's pretty cool. Do you guys have a volcano in your city? Leave a comment.